Greetings, Quester, and welcome to the Bards Corner with Matt and Heather.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Bards Corner.
Okay, so to start us off, we're going to mention a bit of tour information for the UK. Now, this is with regards to Jethro Tull. It's their 50th anniversary in 2018. Been around a long time.
Oh, I was going to go, they're old, but I thought I'll be nice.
Yeah. So for their 50th anniversary, they've announced that they're going to be doing 8 gigs, it stands at present. They're going to be doing a tour in the UK in April. Yep. Now, those dates range between the 3rd of April to the 17th of April. So if you want to find out more about that, then be sure to check out their website or check back with paradiserock.co.uk. On to other album news now. Now, first off, Emmy Award winner and legendary AOR singer Stan Bush is releasing his 13th studio album this September. Mm-hmm. That's Change the World. It's going to be out on the 22nd of September, and that's going to be out through LA Records, Cargo Records, combined release. Cool. So be sure to check that one out. We'll hopefully be bringing you a review of that one in due course. Heather, you might not be able to see right now, but Heather's smiling because apparently the way I wrote Stan Bush has a new album out on our notes looks like Satan has a new album out.
No, it says...
Also, she's quite amused by the title of the next album, which we'll come to now. So,
sorry.
Autograph.
I'm juvenile today.
Again, another very well-known, reputable band, Autograph, hard rockers. They've signed with the EMP label group. Yep. That means they're bringing out their new album on October the 6th. That's going to be also released as a limited edition vinyl in November. That album is entitled Get Off Your Ass. And yes, it's had Heather cracking up.
Well, no, it's just that on your notes, I didn't see the get off bit, so it just says your ass will be out October the 6th.
My ass is out all year round, not just on October.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's move forward. Italian synth metalers Secret Rule. Now, they've signed with Pride and Joy Records. They're going to be releasing their album The Key to the World on November the 10th. And they're also going to be playing in the UK in March. Now, they are a female-fronted symphonic metal band.
Cool.
This is their 3rd album. Their previous album, Machinations, was very well received. So we're going to be looking forward to hearing more about that in due course.
Yep.
Finally, on this section of the Bards Corner, Every Mother's Nightmare are back with a new album called Grind. Yep. That's going to be out on... there's just been attacked by a dragon. Don't headbutt a dragon!
But too much sugar!
Every Mother's Nightmare are releasing Grind. That's going to be out on October the 6th. That's going to be via High Vault Music.
Yep.
I've got one of their previous albums, actually.
It rings a bell.
Waking Up Screaming. Yeah, I quite liked it at first because the vocalist kind of reminded me of like a little Alice Cooper.
I think I remember you saying Alice Cooper's really little anyway.
Well, yeah, I know what I meant. It was not in appearance, but the vocals just had a bit of a Alice Cooper sound going on. So yeah, that's one to check out. So on to the album reviews now. 2 albums to talk about this week. The first one is Hal in the Club and their album See You on the Dark Side. Now that's out on the 15th of September through Frontiers Music SRL. This is their 4th album. It's not what I expected when I listened to it because I knew 2 of the members of the band. Dave, also known as Damner, from Elven King. Elven King are a very, very famous folk metal band, power metal band. Well, I know of him.
I was like, I'm sure.
We're not drinking buddies, but I know who he is. Other people. You know, and I know his career.
I was like, you kept that one quiet for 10 years.
So, Elven King are a band that I actually quite like, but then if you've seen our previous episode of the Bards Corner, you'll know I like folk metal when it's not just a screamy, growly sound to it, but the actual music of folk metal I absolutely love.
Get enough of that at home.
Yeah, there's plenty of screaming and shouting in the home environment. So, Dave, as we say from Elven King, is the vocalist for Hal in the Club. Also on bass is Andrea Barato, who is the bassist for Italian prog metal band Secret Sphere. So I was expecting this to be quite a heavy album, but it's not heavy. It's hard rock, melodic rock. I would probably describe this as melodic rock on steroids. It's very fast, very powerful. There's some really good rhythms on this album. My favourite song on here is a song called A Melody, A Memory. Very catchy, but all through the album it's filled with catchy songs with great hooks. There's one song in there in particular as well, Houston, We've Got No Money. It's got a really good rhythm to it.
Really good names to stuff this week.
Yeah, well...
Either that or I'm just really easily amused today.
Yeah. The first single from the album's called We're on Fire. That's a very catchy, upbeat, up-tempo song. As regards this album, I'd say if you like Motley Crue, if you like Nasty Idols, if you like Def Leppard, if you like Crazy Licks, then this is definitely an album that you're going to want to check out. There is quite a lot of really good songs on there. I mean, I also really like The Misfit, Crowded Room, Phantom Punch. This is an album that I could definitely see myself going back to and listening to again and again. It's a very solid 8 out of 10.
Cool.
For me. Now, the second album we want to talk about is Dirty Thrills, Heavy Living. Now, this is one I've been listening... This is probably the last album I actually listened to. It's a good album. It's kind of like classic rock, but with a modern sound to it. But more on the classic rock side.
Yeah.
It's very much in that vein. I would say if you like Bad Company, if you like Inglorious, if you like Rival Sons, if you like Led Zeppelin... if you like Queens of the Stone Age, this is going to be an album you want to check out. There's a couple of highlights on there, I thought, for myself. There's No Resolve, The Brave, Drunk Words, and I'll Be With You. All good songs. I have to admit, this isn't an album that I can imagine myself getting out regularly, but it is an album I would listen to again. It's, as I say, it's classic rock with a modern edge, but there's also quite a strong bluesy element to it. It's got quite a strong southern rock feel to it
it's
at times.
It's just personal preference, isn't it?
It's
not
personal
really
preference. It's not the kind of
Yeah.
album that I could see myself getting out and putting on a regular basis, but I did enjoy the album.
Yeah.
And there are songs on the album that I would want to listen to again down the line. And I would say if you like to listen to classic rock, which I do like classic rock, it's not something I tend to listen to as much as I do other genres.
You've kind of changed over time, because you used to be a little bit like that when I first met you. You liked a lot of the more classic stuff.
Well, I've always listened to classic rock.
Got more folksy in your old age.
My interest in folk metal's grown. I was always a big fan of melodic rock, AOR, and power metal, symphonic metal. But I also listened to probably more classic rock when I was younger than I do now. But I still like classic rock. It's just there's only so many albums you can listen to in a day, So this is an album that I would recommend definitely if you like any of those bands we've talked about. If you like classic rock, it is a good album. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10.
Yay!
It's a very solid. There isn't, when you're listening to it, there's not a bad track on there.
Yeah. Just nothing really stands out, kind of thing.
Yeah, interestingly, the lead singer of this, his father used to be the lead singer of the Moody Blues. So, as I say, you can draw from that what you will. I wouldn't say that necessarily reflects on the album itself, but who doesn't like a little bit of trivia?
Yeah, I was going to say a bit of trivia.
Now, as well as this, we also last week, I sat down with Martina Edoff.
Yes.
To talk about her upcoming album, We Will Align, which is going to be out on the 22nd of September. That album, as we've said before in our last episode, is a fantastic album, so be sure to check out that interview, and it'll be at the end of the episode 14 of the Meddlesome Meeples. It'll also be released on Thursday the 24th of August through the Bards Corner Music News on its own. So there'll be a couple of ways you can check that interview out. Be sure to have a listen to that. Let us know what you think.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.